Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the Credit Card MD, and you are here because you want to know what the best card is to use for grocery spend this year in 2023. Well, I have compiled a nice, short and sweet top 5 credit cards that I personally recommend for grocery spending. Based on your personal needs, you're going to be able to pick one or two or maybe more of them. But anyways, let's figure out what's best for you. So let's start with the first card. Now, the first card on our list is called the Blue Cash Everyday Card, okay? Now, this is a $0 annual fee card, and it's great for beginners. What does this card exactly come with? Well, it's gonna come with a $150 PayPal bonus, and you're also gonna get a $100 right up front for spending $2,000 in 6 months. Next, what are you going to earn on this card? You are going to earn 3% cash back on groceries, gas, and online streaming, okay? So if you guys have a Netflix account, a Hulu account, YouTube, whatever it is that you guys are paying for, you're gonna lock in that 3% back on that. Plus, groceries and gas are 2 of the 3 biggest categories that people typically spend on. So to get 3% back is actually pretty remarkable for a starter card, all right? Now here's a catch though. As you can see down there, it says $6,000 maximum per year. So it is capped, all right? So if you think you're gonna be spending more than $6,000, probably not the best option. It also comes with a $120 home chef credit, which is broken down to $15 a month. Now, you may or may not use this credit. It basically is a home delivery of groceries to a point where you can actually cook it yourself, similar to HelloFresh or Blue Ribbon, if you guys are familiar with those. Now, the next thing it actually comes with is a Disney bundle credit. And if you guys use Hulu, as well as the ESPN and the Disney bundle, these 3 together, now what you can actually get is $7 off a month off of that. So, hey, listen, if you guys are already using that, you're gonna be putting this streaming on this card anyway, so you might as well get some cash back out of it, yet you get $7 back. Next up, you have the Blue Cash Preferred card. He is the Blue Cash Everyday's big brother. And you can see that because it has an annual fee of $95. So why would it have a $95? Well, the welcome offer is a $250 credit once you spend $3,000 in 6 months. That is effectively 8% return on your spend. So pretty easy to hit in 6 months. And at the same time, consider it like an 8% cash back card on the next $2,000 you spend. It is going to come with a 6% cash back on groceries and streaming, capped at $6,000 like the Blue Cash Everyday, the little brother version of this card. But hey, listen, 6% cash back is pretty great if you're not going to be spending more than $6,000 in groceries. And in addition to that, you're going to get 3% cash back on travel categories such as gas, which is a pretty big one, and typical things like tolls, parkings, and meters of that sort, even things like trains and bus tickets and so forth. Funny enough, it comes with an Equinox Plus credit as well, broken into $10 a month. Now, what that is basically a digital version of that gym. So it's similar to a lot of these Apple Fitness, if you're familiar with that. Basically, they just play some videos and you follow along with it. It's $40 a month typically, and this is a $10 discount. Now, one more take-home point of this card is that there is a Morgan Stanley variant of this card. Exact same benefits, but it has one additional aspect to it. When you spend $10,000 in a given year, you're going to get $100 cash back as a form of a statement credit, which kind of justifies that $95 annual fee if you were going to be spending 10 grand on this card. You're probably going to max it out by getting that $6,000 on the groceries, spend another $4,000 worth of travel, which probably comes from the gas. And hey, that might waive the annual fee basically for you every single year. Next, we're going to talk about the American Express Gold Card, the holy grail, my second favorite card of this list. Now, this card is a lot more expensive as you can see, but it is heavily justified. That annual fee is nothing, and I'll tell you in a little second. Now, the card comes with a $90,000 bonus offer right now with my referral link. If you were to apply on American Express's website, it's going to be between $60,000 to $75,000. But if you go through me, we get 90,000 points for you right here on out. Now, what does that 90,000 points even mean? Well, here's the thing. This is not just a cash back card. You can cash it out if you'd like to, but this is more heavily focused on getting free travel. Now, if you were to go ahead and cash out all these 90,000 points, it's only going to become $540 cash back, which is a terrible use of your points. So I would recommend either using it for travel. As you see here, you're going to get $1,800 of travel because you're going to get 2 cents per point on average by sending the points over to Delta, by sending the points to Marriott or to Hilton. So you have a couple of flexible options, but there's a whole list on American Express's website as well where you can send these points to. So if you happen to have the Charles Schwab Platinum card, you're going to get 1.1 cents per point, as you see here. And that is going to cash out your 90,000 points in the form of $990. Now, what are you going to get for this card? Well, it's 4 points per dollar on grocery and dining. Yeah, those are two very huge categories. To get 4 points per dollar is pretty significant. Now, if you were to, again, remember, if you're going to travel and send the points out, that's like getting 8% back in the form of travel, or cashing it out, 4.4% cash back. Now, you're also going to get 3 points per dollar on airlines, so booking it directly. So you go to United's website, you go to Delta's website, you just go to the direct website, buy your ticket with this card, and you're going to get triple points on it. They're going to give you $120 worth of Uber credits, which you can use for actual Uber or Uber Eats. And what I personally do is that I actually just do Uber Eats pickup mode, so I don't pay the delivery fee or the tip and all that stuff. You just order your food, drive to the place, pick up your food, and knock off $10 a month just on that. In addition to that, they're going to give you another $120 worth of dining credit. It's only for select dining options, but personally, I use it for Cheesecake Factory. You can pick up a slice of cheesecake, those overpriced cheesecakes, once a month, or you can actually use it for things like Grubhub and Seamless, which is another delivery app. Again, same way, do pickup mode, get $10 off every single month. Next, we are going to our final two cards, which are the Chase Freedom cards, okay? Above, we have the Chase Freedom Flex, and below, we have the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now, these are two very different cards, but they have a lot of similarities, but I'll tell you why one is a superpower this year versus the other one, all right? Now, before we talk about these two cards, I just want to make a side note. There are two big brothers to these cards, okay? They are the Sapphire cards, the Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve. Now, all the points that we're going to rack up on these Freedom cards are going to be worth more if you have one of these two big brothers. And if you don't have these other two, doesn't really matter. So anyways, anytime you see red ink on the next few slides, you're going to be talking about that Preferred card on the bottom. And anytime you see blue ink, we're going to be talking about the Sapphire Reserve. So the bonus offer on the Unlimited is going to be a 20,000 point bonus, which at a minimum is worth $200 if you spend $500. That's 40% back on your spend that you were already going to make, which is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. Now, at a minimum, those 20,000 points, take away the 2 zeros, is going to be worth $200. That's just if you cash it out. But if you have, remember, the red ink is the Sapphire Preferred and the blue ink is the Sapphire Reserve. If you have the Preferred, look at that. The points are worth 1.25 more. So 200 times 1.25 is $250 worth of travel if you have that card. If you have the Sapphire Reserve in blue, that's a 1.5 boost for your $200 right there, which means that 200 times 1.5 is actually $300 worth of travel if you have the Reserve card. Well, you're going to get 5 points per dollar on groceries for your first year. So if you got it right now, it would exist until next January. If you got it in February, it'll exist until next February. 5 points per dollar, which basically, if you cash it out, is 5% cash back on groceries. But you and I can always get a little bit more value. Instead of just cashing things out, we can actually take those 5 points per dollar. And if you remember, if you have the two big brothers up top, if you have the Freedom, if you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're going to get 6.25. If you have the Reserve, you're going to get 7.5. So remember, I'm just multiplying 1.25 and 1.5 respectively. Next, you're going to get 5 points per dollar on anything booked through the Chase portal. This is on Chase's website, and virtually you're going to book any hotel, car rental, cruises, airplanes, doesn't matter. You're going to book your travel through there and lock in 5 points per dollar, which again, you can see what it's actually worth if you have the Sapphire Preferred or the Sapphire Reserve. You're also gonna get 3 points per dollar on dining. How wonderful. because that's pretty powerful, especially if you have one of the two big brothers. Look at that. You're getting almost 4% to 4.5% just because of that. In addition to that, you're going to get 3 points per dollar on drugstores. Same story. And everything else, you're going to get 1.5 points per dollar on everything else, which means your taxes, which means going to Home Depot, which means literally buying shoes at Payless. Doesn't make a difference because 1.5 is pretty valuable if you have the other guys. Now, if you were not to have the two big brothers, 1.5% cash back on everything. Next, you're going to have the Chase Freedom Flex, okay? Now, this comes with the exact same bonus. Again, $200 for spending $500 at a minimum if you cash it out, or it's worth $250 with the preferred or $300 with the reserve. Same story. What are the multipliers? 5 points per dollar on groceries. Again, just like the previous card. Again, 5 points per dollar on the Chase portal, and you're going to get 3 points per dollar on dining, 3 points per dollar on the drugstores. But here's the difference. Before, the unlimited card had 1.5 points per dollar on everything. But in this case, the Freedom Flex has a 5 points per dollar on rotating categories, okay? Which means every 3 months it's going to change. 4 quarters in a year, 5 points per dollar on whatever Chase decides, which right now is groceries, as you can see here. You have your groceries until March, as well as Target, as well as your gym memberships, which I know you all have because we all have a New Year's resolution. We're trying to lose some weight this year, right? So you're going to actually lock in that 5 points per dollar on these categories. Wait, but I thought this card already comes with 5 points per dollar on groceries for the first year. Is that in addition to this one? Yeah. So your Freedom Flex card is actually getting 5 points per dollar in the whole entire first year, which is 4 additional points. So right now, from January to March of 2023, you can double dip. You're going to get the same 5 points per dollar that you're going to get the whole year with the card, in addition to an additional 4 points per dollar, this category, which means that until March, you're going to get 9 points per dollar on this Chase Freedom Flex card. Yeah. 9 points per dollar. And again, remember, that's at a minimum 9% cash back on your groceries. But if you have the two big brothers, if you have the preferred, it's going to be worth 11.25. And if you have the reserve, that's 13.5% worth of travel if you redeem it that way. So very valuable. So guys, I hope this video was nice, short and sweet and straight to the point. If it brought any value to you guys, please let me know in that comment section down below. You know how the YouTube algorithm works, and it's all about comments, likes, and subscribes. I get it. Hey, listen, I'm not going to force you into anything, but if you guys found this to be valuable, I'm going to keep on making quick and short and sweetened videos just like this in the future. In addition to that, I want you guys with any questions to either comment them here or send them to my Instagram direct messaging. I will answer your question as fast as I humanly can. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about the credit card strategy you want to have this year for 2023. We can talk about it and figure out where you spend most money, and I can create a setup for you moving forward to help you maximize either the cash back you want or get some free travel. You earned it, right?